Silica dust is one of the leading causes of lung disease with construction workers. I'm James Kitchen from DeWalt, and today we're going to have a look at different technologies we can use to extract dust safely outdoors. Some of the technologies we'll run through today are unique to DeWalt, but the techniques we'll show you are universal. Use the chapters below to skip to the bits that are relevant to you. So silica dust is quite a nasty substance. It's present in lots of different substrates. Concrete is one of the worst offenders, but it's also in fiberglasses, it's in man-made boards, it's in brick, block, stone, anything like that. So HSE requirements state that on the job site, we need to be using M-class extraction, which extracts 99.95% of dust out of the air. The reason why they say M-class isn't just for the filtration level, although that is incredibly important, but also M-class extractors will have an audible alarm that will let you know when the airflow drops, and that's the important bit. So filtration is only part of the equation. If the airflow drops, that's incredibly important because then that filter is no longer pulling that particle out of the air. So having both elements is why they suggest M-class extraction. So for this particular demonstration, we're going to use an angle grinder, and we're going to use our angle grinder with a diamond wheel. So this is segmented diamonds, and this is perfect for cutting grooves and holes in concrete, masonry and anything like that, so asphalt. So we're going to show you an example of what not to do, and for that we're going to use our angle grinder and a cutting guard. And it's important that if you are cutting, that you do use a cutting guard and not a grinding guard. They're two very different applications, and we do supply both in all of our grinders now. What we're also going to do is show you the right way of doing it. So for this we're going to use one of our shrouds. This shroud will connect to our extraction unit, and this will allow us to draw the dust away from the application while in use. Any drop in extraction will create silica dust in the air, and that's really important to make sure that that stuff is gone. That's why we have these extraction units. The benefit of the airlock system is it's a twister lock system which keeps the hose and the tool accessory connected at all times. This allows for optimum airflow and keeping your extraction system working in top form. The other benefit is it allows it to rotate. So this has a massive benefit in use because it allows the hose to move with the tool and move with the piece that you're working on. So here we fitted the shroud to the grinder. So this has got our diamond wheel already fitted and our shroud. We're going to take the hose from our M-class vac, and all this does is simply click on, rotate on, and that will now give free movement for the grinder, and you're ready to cut. Now we've got this all connected up, we'll be able to see a side-by-side of just how much of a difference this extraction unit makes with this shroud. So before we start, quick PPE check. Ear defenders, whether it be in-ear or over-ear. A decent pair of gloves, keep your hands safe. A pair of goggles, whenever using a grinder, safety specs aren't enough. And a decent air filtration mask. So as we can see here, the dust created without the shroud is quite a lot. And the silica particles, that are the particles that have the problem on the lungs, is actually the dust that you can't see. You're seeing a fraction of the dangerous dust that's entering the air. Once we start to produce that dust cloud, that is now touching your clothes, your equipment, and of course your skin. So the challenge with silica dust is that silica dust will stick around until those clothes are removed, washed, and the dust completely removed from the articles of clothing in your body. That silica dust could still enter your lungs. So as you can see from the side-by-side, the level of dust that's removed from the air via the M-class extractor is quite hefty. The challenge with that amount of dust is the filters can get clogged up pretty quickly. So although most M-class extractors have got multiple filters, so normally two, that will pull dust from each filter periodically, they still eventually clog up. When they do clog up, we recommend giving them a wash rather than tapping them out, as that will prevent the dust from re-entering the air. However, periodically they should be replaced. The other thing to take note of is that we do have bags for the extraction units, and these should be used to make sure that the silica dust doesn't re-enter the air when you empty the extractor out. So to summarise, using the right extraction for the right application is really important. As we say, most applications now that involve silica dust will be an M-class extractor. Maintaining that in the correct way and keeping your filters clean and shiny is important. And making sure you're using the right PPE in those type of environments. The importance here is not just for yourself, but for the people around you and the workplace that you're working in. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for our next video in the series, which will involve how to reduce silica dust indoors. And don't forget to like and subscribe for all of your practical engineering guides.